Hello, this is RICKY, the Android guy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Android Weekly / Android Q&A, where we go over all the latest mobile news, as well as give you everything that you want to have answered. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar, we're first going to go over the news, then go over the questions that were emailed to me during the week, and then end it with our last portion, which is answering your questions live. So if you have a question, make sure to leave it in the comment section down below, and I will get to it. So first, let's start off in the mobile news. By the way, I am going to try to cut this episode to about a half an hour. I'm going to try to speed through certain things, and the reason why is because I have been, by a fluke, lucky enough to review two really nice units that no one else has right now, and because of an accident, basically, I got to review them, and I am not allowed to say what they are, but for those of you who are watching, I might have left them in my review desk where I'm currently doing videos of them right now. So you can gleam of it as you will if I forget to, cover them up, but I cannot say what they are. So I am very hard at work doing those videos tonight, so I'm going to try to cut this as short as possible so I can get you those videos that you really want to see. But other than that, I had a great weekend. Went to Stanley's Kamikaze. For those of you who don't know, Stanley is amazing, and I got to be right next to him. It's amazing. Lots of Instagram photos coming of that event, and yes. All right, back to the news. Sorry about that. Had to geek out for a little bit. In one of the first articles that caught my attention, especially because last week we had someone ask about this device, and yes, it looks like it is coming. The Galaxy Note 10.1 2015 edition. Now, this was on Samsung's website for support for the remote control, the smart remote. And it showed that it works with all of these devices, and this one slipped in there. Now, this is obviously very curious because this obviously isn't out yet. So everyone was kind of like, what? So yeah, I have said this before, and I said it last week, and I will say it again. I believe this device, the Note 10.1 2015, is coming at CES. It makes sense. They announced 3 of the Pro tablets, one here, and the other one, all during the same time. So, and they released it last year, January, at CES. So my guess is that this will be announced at CES. Now, because we're already seeing this, I feel at CES. Last week I said it would be at CES or MWC, which is in February, the following month. But because I already see it, I feel that it will be CES. And as stated in this website, that yes, this would probably be the first device with Android 5.0 coming on board, which is very exciting. Not to mention that it will have an amazing processor that I currently believe no one has this processor chip on a tablet. I could be wrong, but even the Xperia Z, I think, has the 801 processor. I think every tablet out there on the market does not have the 805 processor yet. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that there's no tablet with that one on there yet. All right, in other news, we have officially, finally, the Gear S is coming November 7th. It is coming out November 7th and to all major carriers. However, it seems like the T-Mobile will be carrying on the 9th, just so you know, and that every carrier besides them will be carrying on the 7th. However, Verizon, as far as I know, now I didn't research. I should have researched this before. Sorry, just been very busy recording all day. Lots of fun videos. That I believe they have not announced their official date yet. I could be wrong on that, but the 7th is definitely when AT&T and Sprint are getting it, and T-Mobile is going to be getting it on the 9th, I believe. Sprint and AT&T are going to have it for $199 with a 2-year contract, or $16 a month for 24 months. T-Mobile will have it at $14.58 for 24 months because they are going to be a little bit less in terms of the price difference. The T-Mobile one will be $350, and the Sprint and AT&T one, I believe, were both going to be $384. So yeah, so that is how each of them will be overall. But again, I have not heard of Verizon. Verizon is going to carry this, but I just haven't heard if they are going to be carrying on the 7th. It does say that they are listed on here, but again, I just haven't at least seen anything from pricing. When I went onto Verizon's website earlier this week when this was announced, they just said sign up to be emailed as soon as we have any press on it, which I have not gotten an email, so I'm assuming that there is no press on it yet. Speaking of smartwatches, though, we also have the Microsoft Band, which is $199 and does work with Android, Windows, and Apple. Now, in terms of what it can do and what it has, well, you can use Cortana, but only if you have the Windows phone, which obviously isn't as appealing. However, other than that, you get a $5 Starbucks gift card, and you get a 2-week thing to Jim's Gold membership, which is cool. But other than that, nothing too substantial about it. It does have a rather low milliamp battery compared to most. Oh, it actually says it has 2 of those. Okay, 2 of those is still lower, but it's supposed to be able to provide 48 hours, which is good. Not as good as, say, the one that it looks very similar to, which is the Gear Fit. The Gear Fit I get 3 days out of, but still respectable. 2 days is good. I'm sick of the smart watches, which you will be getting my comparison between the Moto 360 and the Gear 2, and that was one of my big pet peeves. 1-day battery life is just, and oh god, I thought I lost my camera again. Remember that happened about a couple months ago. Yeah, so camera is one, or sorry, battery life is one thing that I cannot stand not having on a wearable, and when it's not there, it's just annoying. All right, now let's get to the other news, which is Samsung's market. Oh man, we have a second quarter for Samsung where they were going downward, and this is Q3. And in Q3, Samsung went down again. Now, we had the preliminaries already. I talked a bit about this 2 weeks ago. I compared Apple's and Samsung's quarters. This would be Samsung's Q3 and Apple's Q4 because they do it differently. Business year, fiscal year, business year and regular year. And how much money did Samsung bring in? Well, in terms of sales, in terms of operating profit, they brought in about $4 billion. So again, Samsung is not hurting. This was what I had said and what the preliminary data showed, that that $4 billion is still obviously very, very good and very, very profitable. However, as you can see, if you look all the way back till 2012, this is their lowest operating profit for a while now. And that comes from, just not selling as many. Basically, their flagships weren't selling as many, is what the report is saying the fault is. Their flagships just haven't sold as many as they would like, even though they did sell, if I'm not mistaken, it was something about 70 plus million phones. Yes, it was a lot of phones, I'd say, at least, and they did get over 45 billion in revenue. So in terms of revenue, they're still very high, but what's really killing them actually is their cost, it seems like, because if you look at their revenue, it's really not too much less in comparison. Even say this year, where their revenue was actually a little bit higher, but only slightly higher here, their operating profit was almost 2 billion more. So Samsung has seemed to been seeing a lot of increase in terms of their operating costs compared to what their operating profit is. And this seems to be really what's going, and that's been on the rise for the most part, as we can see here, that their operating operating cost is at a much higher rate compared to what it has been in the past. So all of this does obviously take into account, and that is definitely what's going on here. But to counteract that, Samsung also announced their new Galaxy A5 and A3 phones, which are the thinnest phones that they have ever created, and some of the thinnest phones in the world. It's a 6.7 and 6.9 in terms of thickness, but these are mid-range and semi-mid-range, you could say, phones. The A5 and the A3 are decent phones, but really, who are they marketed for? Well, they're not coming to the US, at least this time. It's really geared towards be released in November in other countries, but again, no word on a US launch, and I don't believe that they will be, to be honest. But they are all metal and they're unibody. So let's take a look at what they have. Now, this is a comparison to the Galaxy Alpha, comparing to the A3, comparing to the A5. So as we can see, in terms of the size between these, we do have, let me see, actually, let's first check a size comparison. So between the A5 and the iPhone 6, rather, we can see that the A5 is lighter and the A3 is far lighter, and it's even lighter. The A3 is actually even lighter than the Alpha. In terms of thickness, it is 6.9, whereas the A5 is the thinnest one at 6.7, same with the Alpha, and the A3 is the same thickness as the iPhone 6. In terms of width, this is going to be 6.67, whereas it's 65.5, and this one is wider. So the A5 is a wider one, which makes sense because it's a bigger screen. And in terms of height, we again have the iPhone being a bit larger than the A3, but however, the A5 is a bit bigger than it. Again, makes sense since it has the feature of being a different size screen. Now, as compared to the S5, well, the S5 is obviously heavier, it is thicker, and obviously all around a bigger phone. But what about screen size and everything else about the phone? Well, the A5 is a 5-inch screen, whereas the A3 is a 4.5-inch. We have a QHD display on the A3, which isn't that good, especially for nowadays. But however, the resolution on the A5 is a decent 720p. Now, both of these are Super AMOLED displays, coming in with an 8 megapixel on the A3 and a 13 megapixel on the A5, much higher than we anticipated, so that's pretty nice. And that is still correct, actually, right? I originally thought it was a 5 and 8, but you know, I'm going to double check on this one because this one seemed, if it's a 13, that's actually pretty decent. You have a 1080p screen, 5 megapixel front camera on both, so this is definitely geared towards the selfie takers. 5 megapixel camera, that's currently the best front camera on a Samsung device. You have a Snapdragon 410, which is honestly a lower grade processor. This is the same on most Android Wear devices, but it's still a quad core. I mean, it's still decent. What really hurts the A3 is that it's 1 gig of RAM, whereas the A5 is a respectable 2 gigs of RAM. So that is one of the biggest features that I would say that needs help. And this one is at a 1900 milliamp for the A3, whereas at least, again, the A5 is more of a respectable 2300 milliamp. These are not usable places. Again, this is a unibody design, so you cannot take out the battery on this one. However, you can add a micro SD card. So these two devices are scheduled for release, but again, no word on when exactly they will be coming at all to the US. So important to note. All right, let's get to the weekly questions, and then we will get to everything else. All right, so the weekly question, Alex Rudd asked, hey, I got the Note 4 and was looking for a charger. Will it take advantage of the fast charging capability? Are any clues, or even if it's third party? No, I did check a little while back. I am, just for the sake of, you know, being 4. So no, as far as I can tell, still now, just quick search online, everywhere else, including Samsung's own website, there is no adaptive charger available right now on the market that anyone can just get. So that is, at least right now, that isn't available. Someone asked, Terus? Sorry, not Terus. Terrius Jackson asks, how do you add them? Oh, emojis on the Note 4. How do you add them? Well, they should actually be normally on your device already. I have a lot of Wi-Fi connections, I just noticed. Sorry, trying to turn some of them off, but I have some of them back there. So how do you do this? How do you add emojis to a Note 4? Well, actually, when you start a new... So when you start, like, say, a new text message, let me turn that brightness down. Note 4, too bright. When you start a new message, they're right there. See the little smiley face? He's an emoji. As soon as you tap it, you get all your emojis. Emojis away. So it's just that easy. It's built in. However, say you wanted to do it on like Instagram or some other app that for some reason doesn't have them built in. Well, so Samsung one should be able to, but however, I personally have always liked the SwiftKey keyboard. So this is a keyboard that I've rated the highest keyboard out of out of all of them. There's just no keyboard that's comparable to the SwiftKey keyboard. After I can have anyone tell me, oh, but swipe, oh, but this one, no, it doesn't matter. This is the best keyboard, period. And it's been rated that on many, many other sites too. So SwiftKey is the only keyboard. But the cool thing is, if I wanted to type, say, coffee, as soon as I put cough, I have a little emoji for my coffee. So, and then I could just, I hit that button and then there's my emoji for coffee. So it will actually predict emojis, which is really cool. And then you can just do that. So that's how I try to do it. And again, I'm going to kind of go through these a little bit quickly. Home screens, I don't think you put your name. MGal1997 asks, how do I make sure that one of my home screens is the home screen versus the other 3 pages? So like I have here, all these pages. I think I have 3 too. So I have 3 pages. How do I make sure that this one is the home screen? Or what if I want to make this one the home screen, but when I hit home, this one is the home screen. So it's actually very simple. You just go pinch to zoom, and you pinch to zoom, and then you kind of see the outer display. When you do that, then you could swipe over, and there's a little house on the top right there that is not being shown because it's not the home screen. This one's the home screen. So see, that house is highlighted. And if I wanted to make this home screen, I just hit that little house. And now this is now the home screen. Default home screen has changed as it popped up. And now I'm going to switch it back because I want this to be my home screen. And when I hit that, again, default home screen has changed. So that is how you change it. Now, someone else, did you say your name? Actually, 2 people asked this. NFP Duck Dodger and EFO asked, we've seen you have this infinite scroll on your home screen. Oops. You have this infinite scroll on your home screens. How do we get that on ours? I want an infinite home screen, but on mine, what happens is this. I can't go anymore. I can't go anymore because you have this. So you have Flipboard briefing. So when I pinch to zoom on that, just like we did before, you're going to hit home screen settings. When we hit home screen settings, you're going to take off Flipboard briefing. now you can do an infinite loop. And there you have it. So that is how you do the infinite loop for NFP Duck Dodger. However, for EFO, you asked, you have a Verizon device. I'm not sure if you did this when you took out the, because I don't have a Verizon version, so I'm not sure if you did that and it still didn't give you the infinite loop. I don't have a Verizon version, that's why there is an infinite loop. But if you have a Verizon version and it still didn't give you the infinite loop, well, it's something that Verizon does that's very annoying. However, watch my video on Nova Launcher. My Note 3 is over there, so it's on the couch, so I can't get to it right now. But for my Note 3, what I did was I put this thing called Nova Launcher on there, which changes the interface a bit, or you can leave it the same really if you want. But you can personalize it to be like a stock Note 3, the way your Note 4 normally looks like, or you can change it to be more like Android or however you want it. You can literally customize it as you want with something that's called themes. However, this also gives you the ability to have the infinite screen thing on a Verizon device. So that's what I did for my Note 3. Make sure to check out my video on Nova Launcher and see if it's what you would want to do for your Note 4. If it's not that big of a deal to you, if it's something that's just more of a nuisance, then you don't have to do it, obviously. But that is what I did because I do like my infinite loop and I can't stand not having it. So that's me. All right. Walid ask, hi there, Android guy. Can I download YouTube videos on my Note 4 and watch them offline? How do I go about doing this? Thanks. So I don't know if I said how, if the video I have is called how to download YouTube videos or if it's called TubeMate, because that's the app I do it with. I do it with TubeMate. So TubeMate looks like this, that one right there, TubeMate. And when you open it up, it's a beautiful thing that allows you to download YouTube videos. However, this is not on the Play Store. It is on a different store, or you have to get it online. Watch my video on how to download it. I definitely have done one on this because this is one of my must-have apps whenever I want to download YouTube videos. Now, there always is new ones coming on the Google Play Store. Here's the problem. Those always get removed because Google doesn't want you downloading YouTube videos because they want you to keep watching the YouTube videos so they get more ad money and therefore in there. So yes, that I'm on YouTube. So, but yes, so that's how you would do it. I am right with you. I wish YouTube would allow you to maybe just have a video for like 24 hours and then wipe it. And then like if it's past 24 hours, you can't view it anymore. I think that would be ideal for YouTube, and I wish they would have it. But unfortunately, right now, at least they don't. And again, I really, really wish they would. All right, let's check out all of the questions down below. And if you have any questions, of course, feel free to ask right now. Or if you are watching this after this has been filmed, feel free to ask me at asktheandroidguy@gmail.com. Again, only going to be around for maybe about 10 more minutes because, again, I have some videos to get to and some really cool products that I need to film. All right. Let's go. Drag Racing Ninja. Hey, thank you for seeing me live again. Hopefully you will continue to be able to. If I replace my Note 3 camera lens, will it then void my warranty or anything with T-Mobile? If you replace the camera lens, it will void your warranty, I believe. Your 1-year manufacturer warranty. T-Mobile might not be able to tell, but they might be able to. This is what I would do. If you can replace your camera lens, I would keep the camera lens, the original one, and therefore if something goes wrong and they need to fix it, well, then you can just swap it back. But I'm not T-Mobile. I'm not a part of T-Mobile, so I cannot say. But that would be my guess, because most likely, yes, if the warranty center or whatever would see that, like, oh, well, this isn't a Samsung lens, you've obviously changed it. So that's what I would assume for that. LOL, I can see in the back, I think, but I cannot tell what it is. It's small item looks like that. Okay, I'm gonna skip over all of the what you guys think these things are. So I'm gonna skip over those. I'm going to get the Note 4, but I went to T-Mobile today and was going to use Jump. They said I had only $60 to pay to get it and trade back with the Note 3 to trade back my Note 3. But then when they saw I had a crack on my lens, they said fix it. They will charge over $100. But Jump is also insurance. So I was mad and I was like, what the fuck? Oh, okay. So you were trying to jump and all right. So Drag Race Ninja, I'm catching up on everything you put because yeah, you did put it in different messages. So I'm just catching up on that. Charge me over $100 to cover, but Jump is also insurance. So yeah. So here's the thing. They put Jump as part of your insurance, but basically that's just so like, you know, you don't have to pay an extra $5 to be able to jump. You're paying basically, I think it's around $2 between the $8 and $10 if I remember their plans correctly. I think it's like $8 for all of their insurance stuff and then $10 to add the Jump to all of their insurance stuff. So they're telling you that, yeah, well, we have to replace this and everything. How much is it going to cost you to replace a lens yourself? I mean, if it's going to cost you a substantial amount less, then yeah, do that. Go replace the lens, go to another T-Mobile and see if they'll take it. If they will, then sure. I mean, you'll be with your Note 4 by the time they might realize it. So that's what I would do. I mean, I'm just saying. Can I sync transfer information through Google from my S4 S Note app to the S Note 4 or S6 when it comes out? Amazon Fire Phone, is it worth it? Have done a review. Amazon Fire Phone is horrible. No, it's not worth anything. It's not worth a penny, which is what it's priced at because it wouldn't sell. No, the Amazon Fire Phone. Sorry, I just have to answer that first of all. No, it's Amazon Fire Phone is not worth anything. It's not even no. Just no. I would spend. I would get, you know, what is a very great and expensive phone. The Moto G. I would buy a Moto G full price before I would buy an Amazon phone. It's just not even comparable to the Moto G, which is like $400 less than it, or at least $300 less than it. So no, it's not worth it at all. Sorry, just keep asking questions. So I'm kind of scrolling back. So can I sync transfer information through Google from my S4 to my, I'm guessing you mean to your Note. Oh, your S Note app. No, S Note transfers. S Note does transfer. It's completely synced, but it's synced to a Samsung account. So you do have to just create a Samsung account. You can even create a Samsung account using your Gmail sign-in. So you can basically create a Samsung account and just, you know, use your @Gmail, whatever your email is, because Samsung doesn't have their own email. So you just create a Gmail account. This is what I do. So basically, say if I were to use Ask the Android Guy, right? My sign-in would be asktheandroidguy@gmail.com, and my password would be the same password that I use for my Gmail for my Samsung account, and that's how I would do it. And you just set up a Samsung account, and it will seamlessly keep it. That's how all my Note 3 S Notes and my Note 10.1 S Notes, every Note I've had has all the S Notes have transferred over because of my Samsung account. So that's the only way to link it, though. Google, as far at least at this point, cannot do it. Have a question, Sansi. I believe it's Sansi. I have a question. If I were to put a launcher on my Note 4, will the S Pen still work? Yes, the S Pen still will work even if you have a launcher on it. So yes, you can use it, no problem. I cannot answer which devices are back there, so I will skip over that one. What is a good launcher for the Note 4? The best launcher, in my opinion, still to this day, is Nova Launcher. It is my go-to launcher by far, in my opinion, the best launcher out there. I've tried them all. I've tried Apex. I've tried, they're all escaping me right now. Next, I've tried every one of them. in my opinion, Nova Launcher is the best launcher. If you're a purist and want like a stock Android experience, then Google Launcher would be another one you should look at. But in my opinion, Nova Launcher is the best launcher, period. $6 sorry, I kind of saw the top message. $6 to replace the lens. Use $6 to replace the lens and go to another T-Mobile, try it. Hey, the worst they can say is, oh, this isn't the correct lens, big deal. Then you can get it back and all that stuff. Or then you have to pay, if anything. I mean, I would say it's worth a try. Replace the lens for $6, go to another T-Mobile store, trade it in, get your Note 4. That's what I would do. Saharsh? I'm sorry, I'm butchering your name. Sir, would the LTE tabs be able to work as a phone with a Bluetooth set? Yes, you can use any tablet, any Android tablet you can use as a phone. Really, all you need to do is have, oh man, what the hell was it? It's been a long time since I've answered this question. Use Google Voice, and then you use, was it Viber? It's something that provides a voice over LTE. Google Voice will do it. Skype will even do it. You can use Skype and call from a number. But yeah, you can, anything that makes a call, basically. You might even be able to use the Hangout dialer, the new Hangout dialer. I haven't tried that yet, but Google has a new app called Hangout dialer. So you would be able to use that. And yes. So yeah, that would be it. Yes. The paid for version or the free version of Nova Launcher. So the free version is plenty. It's completely fine. The free version is all you need for Nova Launcher. The paid for version of Nova Launcher allows you to do more. In my opinion, it's well worth it to do the paid for version. For one, because it is a paid for app that you will have over the next couple, I mean, not over the next one, I mean, your entire life with Android if you wanted to. Nova Launcher makes it so that basically if, so here's a great example actually. So I don't mind the interface of TouchWiz as much as I don't like the interface of the LG. So because I don't like the interface of the LG, I'm going to put Nova on this, whereas I wouldn't put Nova on this. But say next year, G4 has a great launcher, and I don't like the one on the Note 5. Well, then the Note 5, I can put a launcher on it, and I don't have to put a launcher on here. Now, Kronos DB asks, what is a launcher? What is a launcher? Watch the Nova Launcher video because it really explains it the best way. And again, I just don't want to get to the couch, and yeah, I don't want to waste time on that. But basically, Nova Launcher is a launcher that changes the way the phone looks and allows you to manipulate certain things. Now, what I mean by that is, say on this phone, I have 4 rows, and then a main row. On my Note 3, I have 5 rows and then a main row. So that is something I can do because I have a launcher on there. I can also make it move quicker. My Note 3 moves almost as quickly as my Note 4 because of Nova Launcher, because I can make it move faster thanks to my launcher. But yes, a launcher kind of changes. I can also change how icons look. So if I don't really care, you know what, like I'm so sick of this gallery photo. I want to change that. Well, I can change it on my launcher. I can change how the icon looks. And how I can change that is because there are things called theme packs you can download on Google Play Store and change the way your phone looks. So I can make a Samsung phone look like an HTC phone, or I can make an HTC phone look like an LG phone, or I can make a Nexus device look like a Sony device. I can make all these design changes. I can make them look like an iPhone if I wanted to. I can make them look like whatever I want. I can make them look like a Windows phone. So all of these are what you can do with it launchers. My big question is that I can put another OS on an Android phone or tablet. Actually, I have done it on my computer. Actually, nowadays, the tabs are good specs, but I really want to put Linux. So in terms of putting Linux on your tablet, damn it, there was, what's a popular version of Linux? There was a Linux, I'm going to look this up. Linux phone. Ubuntu. There was an Ubuntu phone that was out. And as far as I know, on any of the phones, you can put that Ubuntu, on your phone. So on the tablet, I haven't heard of Ubuntu designing it for a tablet. However, it's Ubuntu. They might have had it built in. But Ubuntu you could parallel, you could partition it, not parallel it, partition it to work with both. A portion of the tablet would go with Android, and a portion of it would go with the Ubuntu version of Linux. So yes, you can do that on a phone, which I'm assuming because you can do it on the phone, it should be on a tablet, especially how Linux, the people that make Ubuntu, of course, even more so, think of those kind of things ahead of time. So I would assume you can. For those of you guys who don't know what we're talking about, it's fine, and that's why I'm answering for all different kind of people out there, because they're very techie people, and there's everyday people. There's people that don't know how to turn on the phone. That's why I'd like to try to handle all of that. So yes, that is how you would do it for to put Linux on an Android tablet. It definitely can be done with the phone, absolutely, but I'm not 100% positive of it can be done to a tablet. I can see why you have a launcher in Note 3. I don't like the Note 3 interface as much as latest touchers. Exactly, I didn't like the Note 3 interface as much as my launcher version, so I had to immediately put it on there. All right, guys, I'm going to call that a show. I went a little bit over what I wanted to, but I wanted to answer all of your questions. I will call that a show, though, just because I got to get some videos done, and I got to do it quickly, and I want sleep, and so much stuff going on. But yes, guys, hopefully you like all these videos. And I just wanted to say thank you so much. The 10 hidden features video for the Note 4 got over 200,000 views in less than 20 days. That is a new record for my channel. So I just wanted to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. It really means a lot to me that you guys are sharing it that much, and it's spreading the word that much. It's really, really great. So I thank you guys so much for that. And I just wanted to say thank you guys. It's just really a pleasure. And I do have some stuff coming out in Christmas, so keep sharing with everyone, because I do have some stuff for Christmas that I want to do some giveaways with you guys. So hopefully you guys like all these giveaways, and yeah, should be fun, guys. Thank you guys for watching. As always, please give a like, thumbs up. It always helps me out. And yeah, this has been RICKY, the Android Guy.